Hi, I'm Aura mostly, and I'm the host of Collective Mind, and I'm gonna do a Q&A stream thing. And I have some exciting news, but I was gonna say hi to people first if anybody's in chat. And I am crocheting a headband. I hope I don't start accidentally singing along with the music. Because I was singing along with it a lot earlier. Yeah, I'm definitely not totally alone in the front, but that's okay. If I get a more specific idea of who's around, I might add them to the thing. This was kind of a surprise stream, but I did ask about it on Discord like half an hour, 45 minutes ago. Don't listen to that right now. That one's always good, but it's not technically the right vibe for the mood I'm in, but that's fine. There are some songs that I'm somehow always in the mood for, even if the mood of the song doesn't match my mood. I think Anna's around. Naya might be too. Hey, Penumbra Ghost. At least 10 people. Yeah, we've had a pretty blurry day for the most part too. I think a few days. So we just found out almost totally for sure. I'll give you the caveat in a second, but we just found out that we got approved for disability and that it should start at the beginning of next month. And it is like as official as it can be before they actually deposit any money in our account. So we are trying very hard not to take it 100% totally seriously until they actually deposit money the first time. Just in case any weirdness happens or whatever, we want to like make sure nothing could possibly get in the way before we like totally bet on that amount of money just being in our account every month, you know. But definitely not going to make any decisions based on it, like anything that we wouldn't do without it until they actually send it to us the first time. And we don't know for sure how far they're going to backdate it either, because the letter was a little confusing on that. So don't really know what that amount is going to be, or if that's going to happen at the same time as the first monthly payment, or if that's going to take a little longer, or if they might split it up for a while or something. I don't know details about that yet either, but yeah, it is very exciting, and it means that our application process in total took like 10 months, I think, because it was August of last year. So that is that should be a big relief overall, and should be a big difference in a lot of things, because that has insurance attached to it and everything. So thank you. We like this hat too. We're wearing it because like, we like it with the outfit and stuff, but specifically mostly because we put our slightly damp at the time hair in several small braids last night to sleep in, and then woke up and it's braided right now so you can't see, but it had like a bunch of waves and stuff in it, obviously, but it was pretty like poofy. So I ended up braiding it, but there's like a line where it suddenly starts like poofing out and having like a wave to it right there that I thought looked weird, so I'm wearing a hat. But yeah, today ended up being a pretty productive day too, because we got a lot of trash together, including like some cardboard trash that had been building up for a while, and made a big trash run, picked up meds, made a little progress on a couple other like cleaning, organizing things, edited a vlog for Patreon, doing this stream now, and found out about that disability. So, which is also good timing because in terms of insurance, because our primary care doctor actually just told us like a week ago or something that they're not going to be taking our insurance anymore. But our new insurance, I'm almost positive they take. And so it might mean we don't actually have to change primary care doctors either, because that new insurance, if everything goes how the acceptance letter says it's supposed to, will start next month. So yeah, but we're not gonna cancel our current insurance until next month actually starts, so that there definitely isn't like any period of time where we don't technically have any insurance, in case we had an emergency or something on the last day of this month and didn't have insurance, because that would really suck, obviously. But also until we know for sure that we like can look up all the information that we need for our new insurance, and that it's definitely active, and that we have everything we would need to give for medical stuff generally. Make sure everything went through like it was supposed to and nothing weird happened. But that should also solve that problem about our primary care, which is really nice. I should measure this again after this row. because these go faster than I remember sometimes, especially when I'm multitasking and doing other things. Yeah, it's like 3 more inches. How is everybody? I'm really glad we had a more productive day today because we had a very, I guess not very low productivity, but it felt like low productivity yesterday and Monday and all of last weekend. I think we had a really important disability appointment that turns out it seems to have been the last like I's dotted and T's crossed that they needed for the application, but that we had to go in person somewhat early in the morning, half an hour away, and like have stressful like conversations about disability stuff last Thursday morning. And then we crashed basically since then until today. I am making a headband. When I get the last few inches done, I'll show you what it ends up looking like, but it's a twist headband that stretches and stuff. And it, well, actually, it's wider than this, but it ends up looking like this. It's the same pattern, just wider. But that is what I'm working on. But I was crashing a lot from the amount of productive things we already did earlier because it was also decently physically intensive for us. And we were crashing pretty hard. And then I decided on a whim to check if anything had updated on the disability website. And I looked and it suddenly said 100% complete and you can expect your first monthly payment of this amount on this date. And I was like, holy crap. And then that gave me a burst of energy and dopamine and stuff. So that made it easier to do this stream that I had been hoping to do, but I was worried that I was crashing too hard and that I was just gonna sit here like half asleep. So ended up working out really well. Oh yeah, 2 appointments back to back is a lot. Thank you. I really like the pattern for these headbands. I hope one of these days I will have the right combination of types of energy and motivation and everything to actually get them up on our Etsy shop. But I like this stitch a lot. It's the first time I've done this type of crochet stitch. And then adding the twist thing of how it connects, I think is really cute. I should measure this again. Oh yeah, just like 1-ish. I already forgot what it measured out to. It's not done yet, it's fine. Oh my gosh, the front is getting kind of crowded because the the news is spreading around the system. Hey Mia. Hey Gaia. Oh, Australia, cool. I don't think I knew you guys were there. Or are you just visiting, maybe? But I am not good at keeping track of where people are generally, so. For anybody who just got here, we just found out that our disability application was approved and we should get our first payment at the start of next month. And the only thing keeping us from taking it totally 100% seriously that it's definitely happening is that the money isn't actually in our account yet. So once they actually do that at the beginning of next month, then we will totally 100% believe it, but it should be a done deal. So that is why we're so excited. Yeah, it is really, really, really exciting. Hey, River's Glass. I don't think I ever said hi to Viv earlier, so hi, Viv. I was just suddenly thinking that I didn't remember saying hi to you, just like responding to your message, but nothing else. I should measure this again. Oh, it's not as far as I thought. It's like 2 more inches still. It's fine. I might try to how do I want to do this? Who else is here? Okay. Oh, that's a lot. Well, I don't need to put that at the beginning. But I want to. It's fine. Yeah. So if I do that and then refresh this, does it stay on one line? Yeah. That should work fine if I... Oh. Oh yeah. That worked. Okay. And then if I just put it down here and then adjust it this way and this way. That's basically perfect. It's only blocking a little bit of Charlie Cam, which is probably fine. But I could also move it down a little. Cool. That is a decent show of who is like semi-blurry co-conscious. Yeah. Okay. And now you can't see my crocheting as much, but that's okay. Wait, I shouldn't listen to this right now. Yeah, that's a lot of people around. I'm trying to skip songs that would like ruin the mood, you know? Or as usual, any that would potentially pull people who don't want to be here for various reasons. I'm not positive that that list that I just put up is comprehensive, though. When did I last check this? Literally like a row ago. Okay, it's fine. Oh yeah, it feels longer ago because I just did the whole fronters thing. I just very belatedly checked to make sure that the music I'm listening to wasn't actually playing through the stream. I should have checked that much before. But yeah, I think the thing that helped us a lot with our disability application is that POTS is a type of dysautonomia, and dysautonomia is one of the things that we saw on the list of things that are supposed to automatically qualify you. So unless they're just getting better at processing applications and stuff, I think that's why we didn't have to go through the whole process at least twice, like most people have said that they needed to. Thanks, Ghost. I don't remember if I've asked you if you're okay with me shortening your username to just Ghost, or I don't remember if that's your system name or not. No. You don't want to switch. I know. Can't? Okay. Ow. I didn't know that song was even on there. Okay. Okay, cool, you go as both Ghost and Penumbra, that works. So, filling in what just happened for you guys and for myself, eventually editing this into a switching compilation, probably. Song that's one of Snake's trigger songs came on, and we like blurred together for a bit, I think, or she maybe like rapid switched for a second, but she doesn't want to be out for this, and she fought it really hard and told me to skip the rest of the song and stuff. Which we can't always skip trigger songs once they start, so that's why I checked with her to see if it was okay to skip the rest of it, because sometimes that has a weird effect of actually making the trigger worse by like not resolving it with the rest of the song. So, or like the same way that songs can get stuck in your head more easily, I feel like, if you don't finish them. Like it can end up having the effect of just making it last a lot longer because it doesn't get resolved the rest of the way. And it can also be really jarring uh, to suddenly get pulled to the front with the start of a song and then have a totally different song, sometimes somebody else's trigger, start right afterward before you're even like settled in the front or anything. So how many rows did I do? Oh, getting there. Just like another half inch, I think. Aww. Yeah, we've had situations like that too where we didn't realize a song was a trigger for somebody, or at least that strong of a trigger for somebody, until it happens. But we have also, like, that sometimes happens either with a song we've never heard before and something about it ends up triggering somebody, and usually then it's like the lyrics, like the actual content of the song has something triggering in it, or it's like a song that we forgot about and haven't heard in a long time and it comes up on the radio or shuffle play or whatever, or it's a song that we know like one or a few specific alters like that song, but it's usually one that they would just listen to by choice when they're already fronting, and we didn't know that it would pull them if it came up when they weren't fronting. But we also have situations where like songs will like be stronger triggers than normal because of like other specific circumstances. Like it will unexpectedly be a stronger trigger than normal and we don't even always know why. But like sometimes it could be because like other similar triggers have already happened that day, or it's like related to an anniversary that's happening, or that altar is just having a hard time already and so it's stronger than normal or whatever. But sometimes we just have no idea why, and a trigger will just be more sensitive than we expect it to be. It's weird. Oh, no worries. Eternity. Okay. Yeah, we have never really been very likely to just shuffle like a whole music library. Uh, Even like years and years before I knew about the system, we would make specific like playlists for different moods that I didn't know had to do with specific altars. And even the thing that stands out the most to me now is two categories. One is that I sometimes just felt like I knew somehow that I was supposed to listen to specific music that I wasn't in the mood for, but that I would like it would put me in the mood I was supposed to be in for that situation. And that was like playing somebody's trigger songs so that they handle that specific situation. And we made specific playlists for like transitioning from one mood to another that was the same concept, but like a little slower, like a gentler way of doing that, I guess. And looking back on that now, I'm like, how did that not how did I not think that? I don't know. I don't know how that didn't, like, stand out to me as a weirder thing. But probably like 2 more rows, maybe? Why am I still listening to this? I don't want to listen to that. Nope. No, 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 no. Did I skip that fast enough? Okay, what do I need to do then? Started playing a song for, well, that's another one. Started playing a song for Jade. Okay. This might be fine. A lot of us like this song. Will it appease everyone? I forgot that this station had a specific artist in it. And I don't think Jade particularly wants to all the way front right now. She's barely had a break for a while. Yeah. And there were so many, like, there were songs that I knew would very reliably, very, very quickly put me in a specific mood, like a very, very specific mindset and everything, to the point where I knew to play those specific songs to get in that mindset if I needed to for some reason. And I know too that mostly Michael at the time was also like very, very involved in telling me and other frequent fronters what to do in those types of situations, but in such a way that I thought I was deciding to do that. And that I was just like deciding internally what was the best idea to do. And didn't really occur to me that it was unusual to have like stressful, heated conversations with myself in my own head. Or that I could so thoroughly disagree with myself, etc., etc. Oh, I think I did those 2 rows that I said. If I totally relax it though, I think I need 2 more. There were so many things about how we functioned back then that sound so impossible now. Like, there's a lot of that, obviously, in a physical sense, that I can't imagine, like, the amount of things physically that I used to crap. No, I can't skip that. Okay. Are you gonna try to not actually switch? Okay. We're gonna see if Jade can manage to not actually all the way switch during this. We'll find out. What was I saying? Oh, I was just thinking the other day how ridiculous it seems to us, the number of things physically that we used to do on the average day, to the point where, like, vast majority of days now, with the current level of our physical disability, we couldn't do most days in the entire day what we used to do just to get ready for work before having a full 8-hour workday and then going home and probably cooking something. And I was thinking about that, and I was like, because it's not even that I can't do those things all back to back anymore. Most days I can't do that much in the whole day, even if I take huge breaks in between. So it's not even, like, to say that we couldn't work full time anymore is such, like, ridiculous, like, minimization of the truth. Like, we couldn't even get to work anymore most days, you know? So like, obviously physically, but then also thinking about the way that, like, we used to use really strong negative trigger songs to functionally pretty much, like, schedule flashbacks and then trigger somebody else out who wasn't having a flashback to, like, be the one to work or whatever. And I don't know how we accomplished that for that long. It doesn't make any sense to me anymore. It's long enough now. And that's part of why I think everything that's going on right now in our system, especially with Jaden, is happening now, is because we don't need to function to that extent anymore. And now that we have the opportunity to not do that, we are crashing from having done it for so many years, you know? So I fold the ends together like that, and then I need to get the little yarn needle thing. It's buried under some stuff in my drawer for some reason. I need to make sure it's lined up approximately correctly. Cool, we did it. Great, this is an Anna trigger. We got through Jade's song and it's immediately starting Anna one. It's not a super strong one though, so it might be fine. I didn't think this was such a switchy station. Oh, I'm sorry your doctor's running late. That can be stressful. And Anna, if you want to switch, I don't care, but we're getting really close for if you don't want to, just FYI. Okay. Ooh, you're close. Are you... Wait, are you switching or not? I don't know if I should be fighting this or not. Okay. I think it's fine. I'm concentrating so hard. Okay. Now I tie it off. Come on. Okay. Now just weaving in the last of the ends. Plenty for that one. Oh gosh. I apparently didn't quite cut through the last, like, tiny thread. Now I got it. Come on. Song's over. We didn't switch, I don't think. What song is this? I mean, it's kind of you, but is it strong? This might be another Jade one. I don't think it's strong. Okay, I'm satisfied. Well done. Hey, library system. Darian, okay. Thank you. Glad you could pop in for a minute. I just finished this headband. I'm running out of random places to set these. I can just do it on top. It's clear that they're different colors. I can tell the difference. I forgot to count, but I can count now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So I think 14? So 15. I think. One, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, okay. I'm starting a slightly... Oh. I'm not dealing with that. Immediately noped out of that. I got... Can't you even see that? I got this far, and then I pulled this out of an old project, and I got to a point where I attached two separate skeins together with a knot, and that is a short enough amount that I'm going to just take that knot out and not deal with it at the very start of a new project, you know? So now I just have this. Okay, let's try that again. Magic number is 15. Not this right now. No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Anna, you are still really close. Ooh, I did that right first try. As long as I can get my hook in this last one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Is it long enough? Yeah. Yeah, I did it right. Okay. I second guess it so much at the beginning of these projects to be like, did I make that wide enough? Is it too wide? I didn't make it the same size as the other one, did I? My voice sounds weird. Mm. No, not right now. No. Sure? Maybe? We'll see. If people have questions, by the way, feel free. I know it can be hard to just like spontaneously think of them, but I couldn't remember actually saying yet in this stream that it's a Q&A if people have questions, because I started out just kind of rambling about the disability news. I forgot I was gonna make this into a cake before I did this. I mean, I've barely started. I don't know how loud and annoying that might be if I did that right now. It's so annoying working with an actual ball of yarn like this because it goes everywhere when you're trying to use it. Yeah, I'm gonna regret it if I don't do that. So, could I even do this while still kind of being on camera? I think I will wait and just switch to a different project. Stay. What else do I have in here? Okay. So I'm pausing that project to see if I still want to make it. I have a reversible hat I could work on. And I have... Where did that go? There it is. I got very stuck. There we go. I also have this scarf that we barely started. Do people have a preference of what I work on? Just the very beginning of a scarf and halfway-ish through a reversible hat. The other thing I might do is if I if I just move this whole thing up here, very close to fitting. Because it doesn't really need to show the blurry part at the beginning. And then if I just hide my rolls. Yeah. That's not too bad. Cuts off the top of my hat a little bit, but that's okay. Scarf. Okay. Oh, this song. Is this a Jade song? This might also be a Jade song. A little bit. Where's the other end? Is this upside down? Yes. Okay. Alright. I got it untangled. I can just make that smaller too. That works, I think. I could also... There's a little room at the bottom of this without cutting off any information. That's a little better. Yeah. Okay. And if I can put that like there. Yeah, cool. So I've got this amount that's loose from the beginning of the yarn for this skein. So we'll see if I can get through all that before running out of steam for being live. This has turned out to be a bit of a test of my ability to hold the front, which is interesting. The scarf is gonna be rainbow. Here I can... This is the yarn for it. Starting in the middle and working its way out. It's gonna be like a pastel rainbow, which I think is gonna be really cute. Yeah, I think it's cute. I have to... The other thing I have to decide for sure is if I might want to do this on smaller needles than this. I think it would annoy me a lot, but it might look a little better. I don't know. I might want to. Uh-oh. How dare I change my mind about something I already started? It'll look better. Well then, stop working on it. Yep. Wait, count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56. Weird. Okay. So these are 9s. Oh, what does the thing actually say? Does it recommend? Recommends 5s? Whoa. I'm not going that low. Where am I? Oh yeah, I moved them. Well, that's gonna make this harder to do right now. Oh gosh. Do I even have much smaller ones in here? Those are 10s. Nope. Of course not. Okay. This might partly block Charlie again. No, it doesn't. Okay, even better. Okay. Okay. Is 8 as small as those ones go? Oh. I think I'm gonna go 7. These might be 6s actually. That's so small. Yeah, these are 6s. Well, do I want to use these 7s? I want to use metal ones. And these will look better too, probably. Oh boy. And I'll use these to start it, I guess. I'll try it and see what it looks like as a starting point. Look at how tiny these are. They're cute though, they're purple. Ow. I had my leg the same way for too long. Come on. Did I weave in the end already on this? Wow, I was very confident that I was not going to start this over. Good song. Wrong vibe, but I don't care. It gets all weird if I've already done the ends. Okay. Starting over. Okay, starting on the slightly bigger ones. No, 3. I can count. 4. I think I just realized I made a horrible mistake. It's fine, it's not actually a big deal at all. And I caught it early enough that I'm not mad about it. More like there. Okay. This might still be too much. It's longer than I want it to be. But not by a crazy amount. It's probably fine. It is by a lot. How many times am I going to start this over in one stream? It's by more than that. Like that much. Watch it be too short now. You know what? I am starting it over one more time. I can't believe I am, but I am. I measured better this time, and it's gonna be fine. I lost count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 6, 6, 40, 44. Okay. Perfect. Tiny little tail left. I should count it one more time to make sure. 6, 8, 10, 13, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 50, 52, 54, 56. Perfect. And now the smaller needle that I'm actually going to use. And starting the actual pattern this time. Anyone have anything that they want us to talk about? Now that I am hopefully done restarting this one project 6 times or whatever it was. I didn't realize before that this yarn was actually considered fine, or I would have started it on a smaller needle. I think this is the smallest needles we've ever done a whole project with, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, last call for questions or topics. Oh. Oh yeah, watching the project is relaxing. I'm glad. We are starting to crash a little bit. No worries if people are having trouble thinking of things. Things we like knitting the most. We've been really enjoying the reversible hats. Because it's mostly a very simple pattern, but ends up being really cool at the end. pull a snake a little bit, but there's nothing I can do. We've been doing more crocheting than knitting lately. And we've been really liking the pattern for those headbands. And also exploring like mini stuffed animal patterns, which are pretty fun. Let's see. Don't know if I have a favorite thing to knit currently. The thing we've probably made the most of overall is scarves. Mostly because that's a pretty easy like beginner project. So that was one of the things we did a lot really early on while we were still like practicing stitches, and there's like basically endless possibilities for like patterns and things, so they can be really, really easy or a little more complicated or pretty dang complicated. But it's one of the things early on that we used a lot to practice and to get our like tension to even out, because that's one of the things that's hard early on with knitting and crocheting both, in our experience, is getting stitches to look even, like getting used to using the same tension on the yarn for every stitch, you know? But practicing the same stitch over and over and over for a longer project like a scarf was one of the ways that we did that. It's also like, of bigger projects, scarves are one of the ones where it's the easiest to see progress being made because they're like skinny but long. So like the same amount of time working on a scarf versus a blanket, it's gonna look like a lot more progress on a scarf, you know? So that can be pretty satisfying. Yeah, we're in a burnout time right now as well. One of the things that's pretty specific that we did is we made a like to-do list type thing that like has a point system built into it where we earn points by doing various things depending on, for the most part, how hard the thing is for us to do. But we included a lot of things on there that we don't by default think of as productive, like self-care things and habit building things that we're working on and things like that. So that if we have an entire day where I feel like I didn't do anything productive because I didn't film or edit anything and I missed a live stream and didn't do any housework or those types of things, there are still other things that I can do to earn points and like communicate in that way to my brain that I didn't just like waste the whole day, that I still accomplished things that day. So I do that as a way to like kind of trick myself into valuing like recovery time. And that time isn't wasted just because it's spent on me instead of on things that I'm doing for other people and stuff. So that's a pretty specific thing we've been doing. And I think it does help me because I'll say things like, I didn't do anything productive today, and then I'll look at that list and I'll have to like confront the reality that I like met my entire point goal for the day. Oh crap. I don't know. I don't want. I can do it like this, I guess. Just so that that's. Nope. Wrong. There. Collapse that, and then fix this. I didn't expect you to still be here. Okay, and now if I refresh this. Okay. Well. Finally too strong of a trigger song. Yeah, we have a visual component to that to-do list thing too. We found something cool. It was really annoying to set up, but we found out that there's a cool way to set up a visual representation of your progress in an Excel spreadsheet that calculates automatically, where it changes a picture based on like what percentage done with the goal you are. And so we picked different stages of a tree growing, and so we watch the tree grow as we do things throughout the day, basically, and that's cool. But there's also like, we've seen people treat it like hit points for a monster that you're defeating that day and stuff like that. And we do the points based pretty much entirely on how difficult it is to do the thing, and not on like the perceived importance of the thing, because otherwise we'd fall into the same trap of undervaluing self-care and stuff like that, which the whole point is to like pretty much force ourselves to adequately value self-care. So we can fill the tree by like filming something and then editing it and then doing a live stream and then doing some housework and whatever, but we can also fill the tree by breaking our normal habits of watching YouTube or whatever and watching a movie instead, or listening to a book instead, and doing some of the things that help with our pot symptoms, like wearing compression stuff and salty snacks and things like that, and like different types of socializing are on there too, etc., etc. Appointments, like things like that. And so we can have days that look very, very different, but are like equally productive in terms of how many points we get. So that helps a lot. Like when we filled in the points for yesterday and the day before, we thought we had done like basically nothing those 2 days, and we filled the tree both days. So then we had to look at that and face the fact that we were not just like totally unproductive on those days. We did quite a bit more than nothing. Hey, Ellie. We almost ended it a little bit ago, but then we didn't. Let me think if there's any other things we do specifically for burnout type stuff. If there are like specific things that we're burned out on, sometimes we'll try to like mix up the details of what those things are. Like for instance, if we're getting burned out on playing a specific game for streams or something, we could just switch up which games we're doing so that we don't get totally burned out on streaming. That type thing. Or doing other fun stuff that isn't too distracting at the same time, like listening to music or whatever. Or sometimes we get through stuff like that by taking ridiculously frequent breaks, which was not always the best way for us to do that. Sometimes it was a lot better for us to just like totally focus on it for however many hours it took to get it done. But other times, like with schoolwork, this happened a lot. Either way happened a lot, but there were times where we would break it up into really, really small sections, like open a Word document and put a, wow, that's a decently strong song. What am I saying? Like open a Word document and put a title on it, and then there, we've worked on that paper a little bit. Let's watch a YouTube video as a break, you know? And then maybe the next section is one paragraph. What do you mean icon stuff? Yeah, that makes sense, Mia. I, as in Jade, have been front stuck large sections of time for many, many days, for a few weeks at this point. Not constantly, but majority of the time because of anniversaries and stuff. Yeah, we're trying out doing it like this instead of having a list with just text, because A, we think it probably looks nicer, but also is probably helpful for anyone who like remembers faces better than names type thing and still has the picture to give a better idea. So it's still the old way when it's just one or primarily one altar. And like earlier we had it with Aura's like big picture and then the list like this of several other people who were close and kind of blurry, but not as much out as Aura was. But then a song came on that was too strong for me and Snake, so. Oh, I missed one. Yeah. Stuff in our system is all over the place right now, too. It's unreal how much stuff Jaden was personally doing. Like, not just involved with to an extent, but personally responsible for and just reliably doing a bunch of stuff in the background all the time. I don't want to be so blurry though. So I might just play some of my stuff. Okay, I just skipped like 8 songs in a row, so that's clearly not the station I want. Just pick something else. Pick one artist. Don't do the one that's gonna also trigger Snake, because she doesn't want to be here. It's not complicated. Sure, because that's definitely a good idea. Okay, I'm just listening through an album. I listened through this exact album in therapy the other day. There's a pretty strong but not too heavily negative trigger for me in like a few songs into this album, so by the time I get even partway into that song, it should be pretty much just me, which will be helpful probably. Oh, that's right, I'm knitting. uh yeah, but I don't like how much I've been pretty much hosting because of anniversaries and stuff inside and everything. And Aura doesn't like it either. She would rather be doing that. But in the timing of Jaden not being able to help with stuff, lining up with such a bad time of year was not ideal. And like, we all knew that Jaden kept a lot of stuff running pretty much single handedly, or was deeply involved in keeping just about everything running. And that they were like one of the alters who had a million jobs and never really took any time off and all that stuff. But the extent to which they personally kept us functioning is pretty ridiculous. Especially since some iteration of them was doing that for pretty much our whole life. It's not weird to want communication and stuff back and to be worried about what might be going on with them. That's how a lot of us are feeling right now about Jaden. Somebody else is here. Who else is here? I don't know. Somebody else is here. I'm not enjoying this album as much as I thought I was going to. I also maybe shouldn't be trying to stay out at all. So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely hard, Viv. This isn't the album I want. And the album I actually want is less of a good idea. But it'll be fine. I'm not gonna listen to literally the whole thing. I can start like here. Yeah. Um, just finished the white section of this, and now it's gonna get back to the like aqua blue color. So like halfway to where we were before we ripped it out and started over on smaller needles. Hmm. Why isn't this doing a better job of pulling me the rest of the way out? Is this not the mood I'm in? I need to figure out what mood I'm in. Maybe that one. Type of stuff I want to listen to is giving me a better idea of who might be around. Did she move a little bit in her sleep? It's always cute when she adjusts in her sleep. Oh yeah, you weren't here for the exciting news. We got approved for disability, And according to what they said, we should start getting payments at the start of next month. Like everything should start at the start of next month. We are not totally 100% betting on that being true until they actually send us the first payments, but it's about as like definite as it could be before that point. Because they've told us that it's approved and that like what the amount is going to be and all that. So it's like the equivalent of getting an offer letter for a new job, but you haven't had your first day yet, you know? Trying to figure out if I get a more solid idea of who else is up here, if they are going to be okay with me actually putting their name and picture up. The big thing we... Oh, interesting. The monthly amount is about what we're expecting, which is perfect. And the biggest thing we don't really know yet is what the back pay amount is going to be. And I don't think we'll really know because the letter wasn't super clear about that. So that's the other thing that we won't really know until they send it to us. And I also don't know if they're actually going to send it all at once or if they are going to like add extra to the monthly amount until they've given us the whole back pay or whatever. But it sounds like the back pay is going to go back probably at least 6 months, which we started our application like 10 months ago. So we'd think that hopefully it would be at least that amount. But they also said in the letter that they consider that we became disabled in March of 2020. So if they count it as that, that's going to be over 3 years of back pay, which would be obviously very nice. Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to do with the back pay. It's also possible that it would be a combination, that they'll give like a chunk of it all at once, but then also give us a higher monthly amount until it's the rest of it. Either way would be really nice. But the two biggest things we're not doing until they actually put money in our account is we aren't making super specific plans for what we're going to do with the money, and we're not making decisions that we wouldn't make if it wasn't going to happen, you know? So if any craziness happens last minute and it gets delayed a month or the amount changes or they say, just kidding, we didn't mean to approve you or whatever, like we're not going to absolutely bet on it happening until until they actually send us money. So oh, they're both here. Oh boy. Can I put your name and picture on the thing? Okay. So I'm gonna do it like this. You spell that like that. same number. Cool. I don't remember what your picture is. I guess we'll find out. I put myself before the blurry thing because I think I'm more out than the rest of them, and 12 months in lump sum. Okay, well, again, we're not gonna like bet on any specifics about any of that until they do it. I put my name before the blurry thing on the list because I am a little bit more out than they are, and I'm speaking from my perspective, so. So yeah, we'll find out the details of that at the beginning of the month, probably. When we take aura off of lists like that, it's it doesn't mean that she's not up here anymore. It just means that she's not like having much of an influence on the front, like a noticeable impact of her being around, I guess. Like she's not affecting our mood or affecting choices very much, or what we say, or things like that. Because I was just thinking, like, wondering if anybody would at some point ask, like, or think that they were calling us out, that they were like, you said Aura's always close, and then you made a list of everybody who's close and you didn't put her on it. This also isn't everyone who's close. What am I listening to after this? Wow, okay. Yeah, it doesn't, like, situations like this in the front don't change things about Aura necessarily. Like, there can be a lot of emotional bleed that also affects her and stuff. Like, her emotional reactions could be overwhelmed by the rest of the front and stuff like that. But it's more so that just she's not affecting the front, you know? Yeah, we don't generally trigger other altars out without express consent. there are situations where we have blanket consent for certain alters under certain conditions. And there are situations where persecutors have used triggers as a way of like specifically hurting people, but and then there could technically be like emergency type situations that we wouldn't wait for consent, but there's a list of protectors generally who like have given blanket consent for those conditions anyway. Like I would be one of those. Alistair is too. And that consent sometimes like it can change depending on a lot of factors. Like the situations where Primal Pack has our consent to trigger specific alters in specific ways is different than like a lot of our own system triggering other members of our own system. Yeah, getting consent without good communication can be really hard. No, that one's boring right now. I mean, that doesn't make a ton of sense, but whatever. Okay, that didn't change that. Good. What am I doing? Library. What's all in this? We literally listened to 3 of those already. Okay. That is louder. Oh, apparently it's not. Okay. It's pulling Alistair harder than I thought it was going to. It has maybe been too long since we listened to this to use it so casually. Oh, maybe also because Chaos is here too. I didn't think about that. This is maybe a bad idea. Uh-oh. I can't treat it like an emergency, so it'll be fine. It's at least gonna pretty dramatically shift my mood, but we'll see. Chaos is not new. Maybe new to the channel, but Just for funsies, are there any gatekeepers around? I did not think this would pull chaos at all, but you know, why not? Are you ageless too? Ageless teenager. Yeah, that sounds like you. Okay, let's do this. Is it not gonna keep playing? Because that's pretty rude. It won't play it because it just showed me a trigger warning for it and then it wouldn't start playing it. Of course. And now this one's gonna hit harder because it's the song I just listened to first. It's fine. Snake still hear you. Oh. Okay. That'll work. Don't mouth the words. Shadows here. Okay. That's 6, but that's fine. Anybody else? I don't think so. But I was also gonna fix display name. And then if I do this, it should update both of those things. Yeah. And then I just need to fix this. Probably doesn't need to go that far. Nope. Okay. Cool. We do have a gatekeeper here, so everything's fine. Yeah. Alistair being here should technically already be enough for if anything were to be a problem, but having a gatekeeper as a bonus is comforting. Especially live. Because one of those major things that has always been Jaden's job is keeping an eye out for and like personally dealing with or personally delegating who was going to deal with triggers related to the front, particularly in public, which includes streaming, or just generally in front of people who like who we might not want to show everything to, which is most if not all people, depending on the context. So I already forgot that I was going to play this one again. And I guess everybody here except Snake, and I guess probably Kali, is a recovered or recovering persecutor. So, changes the vibe a little bit. I don't think Chaos has any interest in being on the channel, but I am not sure about that. At the very least, they might not have interest within the context of what we would be comfortable actually putting on the channel. So, but who knows? I thought the same thing about Snake, actually, so who knows? And it's not like I know them super well. There. I wonder why Kali is the one helping with this. Could just be the most available or the easiest to get close to this particular group in the front, or with this music going, or whatever. Oh no. I'm sorry, Lucky System, that sucks. Definitely starting to feel the fact that we did a larger than normal amount of physical stuff today. No, I'm not listening to that first song again while we're still live. That's an unnecessary risk. But I do have to find something else that's gonna be a similar enough vibe, but not cause any problems. Which is a very limited thing. If I go back here, I can just search it. It's much safer than pulling up a playlist full of a bunch of triggers. No, I want the whole thing, not just the top songs. Okay. Okay, fine. We'll start here. But we're not listening to this one. Wait, that's not even the one. Yeah. That's not even it. It's this one. Okay. We've been streaming for almost 2.5 hours. That's funny. No, I'm not. You don't need to do that. You're looking at the same thing I am. I didn't pull up that playlist. That song isn't even on that playlist. Oh, you're right, it is. I'm wrong. This one isn't. See? It's fine. Alistair started trying to switch with me because he thought I was listening to really bad playlist full of triggers, which I am definitely not supposed to do live. And not under most other circumstances either. Yeah, that can be hard to deal with, like sudden system silence and stuff. What was I just gonna do? What am I doing? You want me to start figuring out what I'm gonna play next? Okay. Oh, that's showing my mouse even though I'm not actually looking at that. Okay. Whatever. What do you want? No. No. Oh my god. I have one telling me to listen to a bunch of bad triggers and the other one telling me not to. Nope, not that. Yeah, we can listen to some of that. That's fine. But we're not quite done with this yet. Fine, we'll do that first. Yeah, I just meant like more silence than normal, I guess. I don't know. Oh, that was the other thing I was gonna do. I was gonna fix the title. Yeah, there. That's good enough. Wow. I am not as here as I expected to be. Oh. Well, it's fine. I can fix that later. Don't mouth the words. Oh. Oh. I didn't even notice the outfit before then. This outfit does not fit anybody here. But I don't care enough to change. No. Stop mouthing the words. He thinks he can trick me into letting him switch. Yeah, I mean, if most of what's been going on in your life is just like host type stuff, that would make a lot of sense then for you to be just like fronting for most or all of it. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. These aren't that strong for you, are they? Yeah, I mean, it can have to do with other stuff other than that too, just like stuff going on inside, time of year, other random unpredictable stuff. Uh, mm, I am better than this at holding the front. It's fine. Yeah, that's true. I would normally have Jaden's help. To be fair, I would also normally have Alistair's help. Okay, let's, this is becoming... Ow. No, I need to... No, not that strong. Strong, but not that strong. So, yeah, that one. The one I almost listened to a little bit ago. Where is it? How? Okay. Back up. I'm not playing stronger than this. Yeah, we talked about Jaden in the life update video, but the short version is we don't know long term what's going to happen, but they have not been able to do any of their jobs other than trauma holder, basically, for like over a month now, I think. You know what I might actually need to do if this doesn't work? Is play something strong for Snake. That'll keep both of us here. Because I know I need to not let them make me think it's a good idea to play more intense trigger songs for me while live. Or probably at all. Not probably. Not at all outside of an actual emergency. I think Alistair's pissed at me. I'm trying really hard to hold the front. And they're actively fighting me for it now, so... But I shouldn't play worse songs than this. closest I should come to that is playing fairly equal songs for Snake, but that's also technically risky because if we deliberately try to switch when they're also trying to switch, it can like leave an opening for a minute for them. Okay, play another song. Oh. It's on here. There's one on here. Strong enough one. That works. Snake and I are trying to like blur in the front. But the solution would normally involve Jade, so we're trying to and when Alistair ever decides to help other alters try to it's a lot easier if Alistair is helping someone. Like, it's easier for them, it's harder for me because Alistair like exists to be able to stop me, basically. So technically it might be smarter for it to be not me. But that would have to be a lot stronger. Because I'd have to be pulling someone who isn't already here. Unless, I guess, if I do Aura, but I'd have to do a really strong one for Aura. And I don't know if any of hers would technically be strong enough. Seems pretty risky. This song finished, I didn't find another one. Oh, crap. That's not gonna be enough. Don't do those. I don't want to end the stream because that's gonna make it a lot harder to focus. He's doing this. That doesn't mean it's a good idea. I need to pick a song. Okay. Faster than that, please. It's not that hard. See? There we go. This is so unnecessarily difficult. Here. Just another snake one. And I know that they're dulling my emotions a lot, which makes it seem like not as bad of an idea to play stronger triggers. But if I play really strong ones and they work well, then it's going to be a total 180 from pretty numb all the way to probably at least a partial flashback, which is not a good idea. And it would also arguably be proving their point. Because if I do that, then they would have a good enough reason to actually be trying to force me out of the front. So I can't prove them right. If I'm gonna try to pull somebody who's not here, the best idea is actually Anna. For a lot of reasons. And it would piss him off more, which isn't great, but it would work. And she definitely wouldn't have a full flashback, no matter how bad of a song I played for her, whereas I might. So for the purposes of, like, being able to end the stream if we need to. Yeah, I know, it's not great long term because it's gonna make him just more pissed at me. But it's also not against her consent, so find Anna's sad station. Put the thumbs up from it. And find something strong. That doesn't remotely overlap with me, because that's also important. Is anything strong enough actually going to be on here? think what is actually a strong enough Anna song. I mean, that one would, what is that song? I think that's it. If I'm wrong, it's gonna really suck. I mean, okay. I guess get a total emergency backup song ready right next to it. I mean, if we're saying an actual emergency. No. I can't believe I'm even pulling that up, but please tell me I'm right about this song. And please be faster than I'm worried it is. I'm right. Okay. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Let's just go ahead and get all the way in the front. Hi. So this did not end up going exactly how we planned. We're gonna have to deal with the conflict between them at some point. So this is as far as we got on this scarf after starting it over. It's probably pretty close to where we were before starting over. There's maybe not quite as far as we were. This is the amount that was already pulled out of the skein. We're here, okay. I think I'm gonna wrap this up, and I should fill in Primal Pack to be keeping an eye out for that specific problem and to potentially help with dealing with that conflict, like talking to people as a semi-third party. Like less biased, I guess. Like a neutral negotiator, basically. This is a lot stronger than it needed to be for future. Don't play it again. Alright. So, the plan for stream tomorrow will depend a lot on how much we might crash from how much we did today. We might have a pretty significant flare-up by tomorrow, but that doesn't always necessarily mean that we can't stream either. It depends which types of symptoms and stuff, and it'll depend a lot on how we're doing emotionally and system stuff as well, and who's fronting. So, or no, tomorrow isn't a normal stream day. Tomorrow's Thursday. Okay. I don't think we're gonna have a video for tomorrow. We don't have one ready yet, so if we do, it'll be because someone was really motivated to film and edit right away when we got up. I think it is more likely that we won't have a video tomorrow. And then Friday and the rest of the weekend streams will depend on how we're doing. So thanks for hanging out though, and sorry if some of that just watching us have internal conflict was boring. But or if it was stressful, I guess, depending on how much we talked about it out loud. But it's gonna be fine, and it won't be a huge deal even if they do manage to force their way into the front, especially not now that I'm here. And especially once we're not live, so. But yeah, thanks again for hanging out. Bye.